the opening of the Wayans brothers. This might be just the outtake. Okay.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
Good morning and a happy New Year. Welcome
What
to
you said.
Good morning.
Hey, I just said what you said. I'm agreeing with you. Like, good morning and happy New Year. Yes. Hey, y'all.
We want everybody who's checking us out to check in this morning to give your happy New Year's salutations. Start dropping those happy New Year wishes and loves. And, you know, today, Tina Tilton, I am so excited that we have made it over. As I said, we made it over.
I know that's right.
You know?
Especially when you celebrate New Year's in Memphis, Tennessee. Gunshots everywhere. What I'm told. I was not here, but that's what I'm told. And I'm like, come on, people. Come on. I mean, come on. But you know what? They've been doing that since my granddaddy was alive. My granddad used to get up in the middle of the night. We used to be so scared. We didn't know what he was doing. He had a big rifle and he'd go out there and he fired only one shot. Pow. And then he slowly crept back into his room, and we did not see him again until breakfast, about 8 or 9 a.m. at my grandma's house. And we were like, okay, Dad, Granddad, that's creepy. They used to scare me. I ain't gonna tell you wrong.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking your grandfather was one of the people.
Can't hear you.
To you, Corey D. Garcia. Happy Taylor Tilton Tuesday. That's right. This is the first Taylor Tilton Tuesday of 2023. Super excited about it. Oh, Mom's here. Anita Jones, good morning and happy New Year to you too.
Hi, Mom. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Mr. Henderson is celebrating Taylor Tilton Tuesday this morning. And yes, he's giving us, everybody, we've got bad weather going on right now. If you are in the Mid-South, more specifically Shelby County, Memphis, Tennessee, we have some very bad weather that's under the way. Tina Tilton, I don't know if you want to jump on maybe, and you probably got the TV right there. You can be reading the what's it called? The ticker.
Well, actually, I see Shelby County, Critton, St. Francis, Arkansas. Right now, we are. Wait a minute. Then there's more. Lee, Arkansas, Haywood, Lauderdale, Tennessee, DeSoto, Mississippi, Tunica, Tipton County. Oh gosh, it went too fast. But those right now are under this thunderstorm warning. Warning. Some places actually have national flood watches, but these are thunderstorm warnings so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to make sure that even right now, ladies and gentlemen, that you are staying safe.
Yeah.
And if you don't have to be outside in the inclement weather, just cozy up to your laptop, smart devices, and cell phones and listen to the Taylor Tilton Show. Happy New Year, Sandra Hill Wilson. Happy New Year to you. Oh, Corey giving shout out to Miss Anita. All right, see, this is what I love about
Wow.
all of this love that we have going on. And we appreciate each and every one of you. Well, first of all, welcome to the very first Taylor Tilton Show of 2023. And I'm super excited. Ladies and gentlemen, I got my oatmeal. I have my orange juice with the cayenne pepper. And Tina Tilton, did you have breakfast this morning? What was your morning routine on this first Taylor Tilton Tuesday?
A bowl of Cookie Crisp. Glory.
What?
Ain't he all right? I did not have my oatmeal, eggs, and bacon this morning. My husband did not prepare that for me this morning. However, I'm not saying this in a bad way. Kennedy had an 8:30 a.m. grooming appointment. So he took our daughter to school while I took Kennedy to the groomer. Well, when I got there, the groomer said, "Oh, I'm sorry, the lady who grooms, she had car trouble today and she won't be able to make it." So I just, okay. They said, "We'll schedule. Can you come tomorrow?" "Sure. We'll give you a discount. Double sure." "Okay. All right. Is that all you need from me?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, good." And I hopped in the car and immediately came right home so that I could make it on time for the Taylor Tilton show. So I just had Cookie Crisp cereal this morning. That's all. I ain't had my big breakfast.
There's nothing wrong with. Oh, wait a minute, Corey, getting in on. He said, "I haven't had Cookie Crisp in so long." First of all, when she said,
"Man, let me tell you, Corey, it is on sale at Kroger's for $1.99. You better go get you a box." Yeah.
Oh my
Honey,
goodness.
I got so many boxes of cereal, but nonetheless, but yeah, that is one of them that was on sale. I said, "Oh yeah, but I'm about to grab this because my daughter likes them. You know, she's just a kid, but I like them too."
So Olivia has the opportunity to also get in some old school breakfasts like we had. Now only Cookie Crisp.
No, there were plenty more. There were Tricks on sale, Honeycomb, Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles, Lucky Charms. I got them all. Let's see, Apple Jacks. I'm trying to go off the top of my head.
Oh my goodness! So that means you have a whole pantry that's dedicated to from the Kroger's cereal aisle. Okay, all right. Now, Simon said Captain Crunch.
Oh yeah, Captain Crunch too. Yes, that's in the cabinet. Duh, Tina. Yeah, that's there too. Well, so y'all better go to Kroger, get y'all $1.99 before Wednesday. You know, sales in on Wednesday.
Well, you know something. That's one thing I love about Tina being a wife and mother, because she is in these stores keeping us informed about all these great sales.
Oh yeah, and Brock's candy canes, they're half price now. They're no longer $1.24. They're half of that. What's that? 62? Yeah, 62 cents a box, y'all, for 12 of them. You better go get them.
Oh my goodness! So have y'all restocked? Because I know you said you and Amy had a pre-purchase for Christmas. Did y'all go get the restock?
Well, you already know it. Amy came in and she came to my house the other day and said, "I brought you. Look what I brought you." And there were 8 Brock's candy cane packages. So 8 times 12, what's that? 96. Yeah, I got 96 candy canes for 2023. Ain't he all right?
All right. Hallelujah. Happy New Year. Praise be to God.
But you know what? Our tree is still up. So hey, I don't know. I might just slang a few on that tree and say, "Oh, here goes some still left over." But Sam is taking our tree down today. No, don't judge me. We weren't here for the New Year.
Well, first of all, I'm amazed that you're taking it down so early because, okay, if you're the type of person who puts it up, let's say Thanksgiving weekend, and then you keep it up only through literally the first weekend of the year, because I know, ladies and gentlemen, you all can tell me, have you all seen people who have them up almost to Valentine's Day? I mean, like legitly, like we're not taking this down until.
Well, now what had happened was we were one of those families one year. I can't remember that year, but we were so busy. We weren't hardly at home. So we did not get an opportunity for real to take our tree down until the last week of February. And it felt so strange because I said, shoot, we only got 10 more months. Should we just leave it up? No. Everybody, the other family members like, no, get that tree down. Yeah, you don't need that tree up. Okay. So we took the tree down.
Well, Corey said he has 2 boxes, I guess 2 boxes of Brock's from when he sent that message to first of all, I just want to say here on this first Taylor Tilton Tuesday of 2023. Oh, let's say that together, ladies and gentlemen. The first Taylor Tilton Tuesday of 2023 is brought to you by
Christie Taylor Consulting and the Podcast Center.
And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can always follow Tina and I in our separate worlds. You can go to any of our social media. For me, it's the Christie Taylor Show. That's at the Christie Taylor Show. And of course, you can follow Tina Tilton at Tina Tilton TV. That's at Tina Tilton TV. And if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube or even checking us out on Twitter, or any of the other platforms that we are sharing this on. You can even support. Yes, we're going to commit, which is going to ease us into today's topics about resolutions and superstitions. But one of the things we're going to resolve to do is allow you all to support us. We know you love listening to us. And if you want to keep these computers on where we can continue to jump on here every Taylor Tilton Tuesday and entertain you, we want to give you an opportunity to show us some love. And of course, our cash apps are, for me, $ Radio Girl Media, right on the screen. Also cash app at $ Tina Tilton Prod. You know, a lot of times we never ask people to, allow people to give to us. And this year we're making that New Year's resolution to let
I like that one. I like that one.
Okay, you like that? Because last week, Corey said, my tree has been up for 2 years. I tweak it every year and add something to it. I love the lights at night. Wait a minute.
That's so funny.
Wait a minute. Not 2 months, ladies and gentlemen. 2 years.
That is so funny.
Are you the person who every season you add seasonal decorations to the tree while it's up in the corner of the house? Please inform us.
That's a good question.
Matches my decor. Ooh, Corey.
I know. Just that's one of those nevers. Corey, I'm gonna put you on last week's never list. Never should you have that tree up for 2 years straight.
And switching out seasonal decorations. Really?
I got a tear coming out of my eye laughing at him. That's too funny.
Please be sure to post it on your social today and tag Tina and I. Please,
yes,
please do that for us. Oh my goodness. Now, of course, resolutions and superstitions. Now,
Did you make any, Christie? Did you make any resolutions?
Well, of course, he said, wait a minute, Corey D. Garcia. No, ma'am, it stays the same until Christmas and I tweak it. It's in the corner and you don't. I want to say, remember our friend Michael Adrian Davis, who used to be on Hallelujah FM and now he's on 88.5. One of the things, Tina, he used to always say is violation, ladies. When he was always saying violation.
That's right.
I want to say violations, Corey. Violations, Corey.
You are so right about that. But your resolution. Did you make a resolution and have you broken any already on this third day of January?
Well, I am easing into 2023. Now, I'm easing into it.
Smart.
Now, last week, you pretty much started us off with your resolutions, but in a very interesting way with the never. I think I just kind of like, I resolved to ease into 2023. So I haven't put a lot of pressure on myself yet. I am, and maybe today, matter of fact, by the end of the show, I'm going to have at least 2 resolutions, goals, intentions, aspirations for 2023. So I'm going to see what you got going on. Can you give them a recap of your nevers? And then maybe you and I and anybody else who want to join us, please feel free to jump in the comments and let us know what you are resolving to do or not to do in 2023.
Oh, wow. I'm trying to remember. I think I threw my list away, but I do. Not like that, but just, okay, let's see. My first never, I do remember that one. It was like, never me and Sam, we're no longer fostering. No. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to do. We've been doing it for 13 years and we're just pretty much out of the game at this time. Our schedules just truly do not allow for that. And it's so difficult when you have to let a child go to another home and this and that, or go back home. So it's like, that emotional roller coaster for me. I think I've had enough. So that's one never. The other never was I would never be this weight again because my nutritionist gave me a schedule and I'm sticking to it. And we have done pretty good for the first and the second. Now, I hope to achieve that goal today on the 3rd and keep it up. So we'll see. The other never was, I remember saying I was not going to go on radio until they got their stuff properly, proper equipment. Shucks, I can't remember that one, Christie. But these superstitions, I tell you, honey, it's a lot of them.
Hold on, wait a minute. Anita Jones, Mama Anita Jones said, I haven't made any resolution so far probably won't. Okay, so let's get, before you get into the superstition, I'm going to take a quick, Corey has now made a song out of never. I feel like that's what he said.
No,
never.
it's already a song, Corey. I keep telling you, I got it from never, never put more on you than I can bear. I know I'm not a singer, but that's the best I can do. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
but that's where I got it from. That never.
Okay, so let me do this before we get into, because some people like your mom and many people said, I don't want to get into resolutions because before the month is over, it's already broken. And you've already asked me that. You're like, did you make them? And have you already broken them by the third day? Well, let's look at the definition. Okay, resolution is a firm decision to do or not to do something.
I like that. Firm. Okay.
Yeah, a firm decision to do or not do something, the action of solving a problem, dispute, or contentious matter. But we're going to stick with that first noun definition. If you go into the dictionary, a firm decision to do or not do something. Well, have I made a firm decision to do or not do something? Well, I guess I have.
Okay,
my firm decision is to ease into the new year.
Okay.
I have firmly decided I am not going to rush and hustle and bustle and grind, and I'm just going to like ease into this new year. I'm just going to get into a nice a flow, basically. And
I have two songs for you, Tony Braxton, "Let It Flow." That's what you're doing. Or Dwayne, what's the name? "Let Go and Let God." That's what you're gonna do.
Let go, let God.
Yeah.
Yes. So let me
okay.
So that is my one and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I actually started this resolve in December, my holiest month of the year, because of course that's Hanukkah and Christmas and Kwanzaa and Christie Taylor's birthday, and then the New Year's upon us. So I actually started resolving that. And then when we had here in the Memphis area, the big freeze, and I binge watched a lot of shows and, made myself relax. Remember
Forgot about that big freeze, considering that we've been having 60-degree weather. You're so right about that. I forgot about
literally
that.
We had for about 4 or 5 days a big freeze, and now like today, as Mr. Henderson noted, we are under a flood watch and warnings and thunderstorm warnings, and it's like going to be 70 degrees today, but it's stormy all day. Last night, the thunder and the lightning I was feeling like the little children wanting to be far from the window, because I was like, oh my goodness. But
you're right. I was expecting our daughter at any time to come downstairs. "Mommy, Daddy, I'm afraid." But she didn't. I was very proud of my daughter. She was a big girl. Yep. Her and the dog.
My first resolution, which I actually kicked off in December, was to ease my way out of 2022 and ease my way into 2023. Oh, another song you didn't mention. Ease on down the road.
I didn't think of that one. You're right. Come on, Come on now. I like that.
Okay, but for those who say, I'm not going to make a resolution or a firm decision to do or not do something, which maybe is a resolution in and of itself, I will not make a resolution. That's a resolution.
Sure. And I'm firm, and that's my firm decision. I will not make a resolution.
I will not. Now, some people may say, well, I don't want to make a resolution, but I will set intentions. And this is for us, more spiritually awakened people. We're like, I'm going to set intentions for 2023. So check out the definition for intention. It's a thing intended, an aim or plan. So what will you aim and plan to do this year? Now, Tina, you have given us your resolutions, the nevers. But what will you intend to do for 2023?
I actually intend to, what came to my mind first is to seriously follow the nutritional goal that my doctor has given me, because I do have a weight desire that I'd like to be at. And in order to achieve that, I've got to change some things. Got to change some things that I eat. Got to change some things that I do or don't do. So again, as of a couple of days ago, yes, we've started, and I hope that we can kind of stay on that. And when I say we, I have actually included my entire family, my husband and my daughter. So we're all in this together, and we and I plan on us, like he said, being here for a long time. He told me, he said, you make the choice. Do you want to live long or do you not? And I said, oh Lord, you got to do it like that. Well, I got to do it like that, Dr. Cole. Okay, I hear you though. I say I hear you, and I'm gonna make the proper changes for that. So
That's your intention.
that is one of the that's definitely one major thing that I know that as a family we should be achieving.
I like that. Okay, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I really love family support, friend support, and if you want to, Tina, as your extended sister over here, who also needs to, as I have now eased my way into the age of 57, I probably need to borrow and be a part of what the family is doing, because I intend to live a long, prosperous life as well, and I want to be here. So, feel free to share with me.
Okay.
Okay. Now Corey said he's singing God's property song, More Than I Can Bear. Oh, is that where we got it from? Okay. Now, here's another thing. I am intending.
Oh, yeah, that's it. He's
Okay,
right.
my intention. Okay, so I will say that I made the resolution to ease out of 2023 and ease my way. That was my firm decision to ease my way into 2023 from 2022 into 2023. So, but I'm going to set a strong intention, something I will plan and aim to do. I am planning and aiming with ease to really learn my business's workflow. Are they what they call it? Mode of operation or modus operandi, because I am learning that for me to really become more profitable, I need to really know like my A to Z. So I have intended, and I was thinking about this when I was waking up this morning. Like, I need to, as they say, work the middle. Oh, well, maybe that song wasn't about working that middle, but I think that the working the middle.
Come on back, Christie.
Between your dream and the accomplished goal or dream, there are like probably 10 steps or 1,000 steps from like, hey, I got this big idea to here's the end product. I am going to fall in love. I'm going to set this intention of really falling in love and finding joy in taking the steps. And this is huge for me, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it? How so?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. I am very goal oriented. I'm quietly ambitious. And of course, many people are like, well, you're not that. I mean, I set things in my mind, things I want to accomplish, and I, gun it within myself. But now I'm to the point, talking about living a long time. It's like God has been teaching me to change my pace, not be so rushy. I've always believed I'm only competing with myself, the best version of myself last week, last year, 10 years ago. But sometimes I put a lot of undue pressure on myself, which leads to stress, which leads to certain unhealthy choices in foods and stuff, because I'm like, oh, I got to get it. It's like, But what if I fall in love with the steps in between the goal I set and the goal achieved, and find like, oh, we're going to now have fun in typing the letter. Okay, let's say I need to send a letter to or grant or whatever, but I will put more pressure on this letter has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Or I could be like, you know what? Let me look at the stationery. What fonts will I use? I really need to fall in love with the process. So that's going to be, I'm going to set that strong intention. Anybody know what I'm talking about? If you are a goal-centered person, you put a lot of pressure on yourself, that is a big, big, big deal. If I just relax and say, I'm going to follow the yellow brick road, ease on down the road, ease on down.
Oh, my. Come on back, Wiz. Not Khalifa either, just Wiz.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
As you were saying that, I'm not quiet I was quiet on purpose because I was just thinking.
That's why Corey be finding joy for the journey. Yes.
Yeah. And he's right. And I can say that as I reflected when the fireworks went off at midnight, January 1st, 2023, and I sat there for a minute and began to reflect, I did think of that same thing, to be very honest. I didn't put it at the very top of my list like you have, but it was something that totally crossed my mind and was like, just chill out, just enjoy. That's a whole nother situation right there. But just enjoy the journey. Whatever Corey just said. Yeah, that right there. But I can tell you this now. Here's something that was funny, because the day prior to New Year's Eve, I was watching. Okay, I'll just say I was watching TD Jakes on television.
Okay.
And he was talking about, because he's gearing the audiences ready for the new year, and he was talking about a superstition that he still subconsciously battle with and deals with, and that is, and he was talking about how we have so many various superstitions, but his specifically that he still battles with is what his mama told him long time ago, and that was that
eat black eyed peas.
Not the black eyed peas. I was very surprised. It was not that one. But and if his mom did share that with him, that's one that he probably have thrown out the window. But this one particularly, he said that his mom told him that the very first day of the new year, a man/male is supposed to walk through the front door first. If that man/male does not walk through the front door first, you will have bad luck for the rest of the year. So he said that, and I've never heard that one. I listened. I said, huh? I ain't heard this one.
That was just for women. I thought that was just for the women.
And probably so. But I mean, still, I guess as a male, maybe he's expecting his dad or brother or even himself to walk through that front door first. So he said that, even though these things don't have any real biblical promises or any strength to them, some things that we hear and take in still can not manifest, but make us believe it. And he still battles with that every year, even though he knows it has no true validity to it. And so my sister and I were talking about it because she saw it too. And she said, well, you know what? I'm going to tell you mine. Every New Year's Eve, because Mama, I'm going to tell it on this one. Mama did tell us this. Mama told us that if you wash clothes on New Year's Eve.
Just said that, washing on New Year's.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Mama said if you wash clothes on New Year's Eve, then you're washing someone out of the family. But if you wash on New Year's Day, then you're washing someone into the family. Well, I did.
Well, let me tell y'all.
What?
Hold on. I didn't wash in or out because my laundry is still sitting on the corner looking at me.
You need to put them clothes outside. There's plenty of water. Throw some Tide on them. You'll be fine.
But washing on New Year's Eve is washing somebody out of the family. Washing on New Year's Day is washing somebody into the family. And Amy said that still's in her mind.
That's still in her mind. Yeah. And I said, girl, I did away with that one long time ago because, okay, even though I subconsciously or consciously made a decision not to wash on New Year's Eve, but on New Year's Day, I washed and I washed and I washed for years. And honey, I've said, wasn't nobody born. No, wasn't nobody born but Olivia 8 years ago, and it's still the same. Just no babies here. We got no babies in our family.
And your mom is heck. Amy said, heck yeah, it feels funny now. Your mom is coming to the rescue. She said she was told that by Big Mama Susie. Now,
Susie wrong. Susie wrong for that one. Susie is my daddy's mom.
Big Mama Susie. Then okay, so maybe then of course for those of us, but some of us need to be washing folk, and maybe not family members, but getting people. Maybe that's what people mean by I'm leaving all that behind. I ain't gonna let people be in my life who took from me. All these Facebook posts and stuff, and they purge in their life. They constantly purge in their life. Well, apparently they should have been in the laundromat or in the room washing clothes. Because instead of posting on the Facebook.
well, now this was many years ago. So I'm almost
morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, my Lord. It's 9:30. The Taylor Tilton Show is brought to you by
Christie Taylor Consulting. Christie, tell them about your business. Then I'm gonna tell them about the podcast center.
Well, Christie Taylor Consulting. Ooh, almost bit my tongue trying to chew and ChristieTaylorConsulting.com is your online portal to find out about all things Christie Taylor. And as a radio veteran and TV podcast host with over 35 years in the game, I have a communications and public relations agency I started in 2019. And I offer, of course, those core communication and PR services, but I also provide you with voiceovers, podcast development, script consulting, whatever you need. It all starts with a client discovery session. So go to ChristieTaylorConsulting.com, to get all up, so we can work together this year in the 2023 in the spirit of ease.
I'm liking that. And the Podcast Center is also a sponsor. And Christie had me add on a new part or a new definition to the Podcast Center. Show development. That's over there. Christie does that. Show development. We do, no, seriously, we do show development. We produce your show after you have had your show developed. And we do these for video and audio. So hold on, let me backtrack. I forget. We do produce it, and then we also distribute those shows. That's the big thing about it. That is the big thing about what the Podcast Center does. We help you guys develop that show, and then we produce that show, whether it's audio or video, and then we place those shows either if you decide for video, then we place those shows on any Southeastern Comcast station that you desire. But if you desire radio, we take that podcast of yours and we can place it on 4 different radio stations. Let me tell you what those 4 are. It's Drake FM, that's 96.1. It's Sports 56. Yes, if you are a sports fanatic, we can place your podcast on Sports 56. If you love pop music, we can place your podcast on 107.5 WHBQ radio station. And if you love classic throwback hip hop, we can place that podcast on Bumpin' 96.3. So all you have to do is contact the Podcast Center at gmail.com, or you can just simply go to my website, TaylorTilton.com, to get some more information about that. We're doing it, y'all.
I'm so proud of us.
We're doing it.
Oftentimes we just run through our, sharing what we do, but this goes back to the top of the show of giving you an opportunity to actually support us, do business with us. Now that is something we are resolving, making a firm decision to do, and we are intending it, making the aim and plan of making sure that, number one, you all know exactly what we have to help you do what you're doing in 2023. I love it. All right. Now, the superstition of washing clothes came from Big Mama Susie. Bishop Jake said he's still struggling with having a man has to be the first person who walks across the threshold of the house. Nobody's talking about these black-eyed peas helps you secure the bag. Now, is we don't need the black-eyed peas no more?
I don't know, but did you used to hear the one about? And this was this was big for me because I love my mama. I love my mama. But they used to say, if you step on the crack, you break your mama's back. Lord Jesus, I tiptoed around every sidewalk trying not to step on the crack because I didn't want my mama's back to break. Lord, did you ever do that, Christie? Did you ever do that? I would never tell Olivia that. Like, girl, no, that ain't true. Mommy's back is not going to break it.
The thing is that it comes in the cutest songs. You know what I'm saying? They teach you in these very nice nursery rhyme. They indoctrinate you with all these superstitions. And here it is. Now, somebody somewhere right now. No, y'all don't know. That stuff real. That stuff real. That stuff real.
You know it. Because my mama back broke when I stepped on that crack. No. Your mama did something that done cracked her back. It wasn't because of you. I ain't saying that. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Amy says no, but it will mess up your high heel. What you said? If you step on cracks in a high heel shoe, honey, that heel is gone. That heel is messed up.
I'm telling you. And what about the black cat that crosses your path? Anybody heard about that one?
I have heard about that. If a black cat crosses your path in front of you, that there are things that happen. And let me tell you something. I ain't gonna lie.
Don't you dare, Christie Taylor.
Hold on. Number one, I just have a thing about cats, period, of any shade, creed, or color.
Oh, I love lions.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! And I love jaguars, both the cats and the cars. So now that can happen.
Okay.
The cats and the cars, they're jaguars. Now, but the thing is that if I'm walking down the street and a cat, squirrel, dog, anything sees me coming, I prefer if that animal, cat specifically, does not jet in front of me. Because, they tend to kind of pounce a little bit. And then they jet. First, that's the thing that unnerves me, even if it ain't black. Okay. But then if it's a black cat, to me, it's almost like it stops. Now, maybe it's just because we were told this. It's almost like it looks at you and then makes a decision if it's going to run back or cross. So I think that's probably what it is. Black cats seem to be a little bit more, not superstitious, but I don't know. But I literally had an experience about a week ago driving down a Midtown street, and a cat paused in the street, could have went the other way, and then decided to cross. See, them the ones that be getting me. I don't know if it's because it was black or just the fact you saw my car coming. Because the question is, have you ever hit a cat or a possum or a squirrel? You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to hit nothing.
Right. Well, a cat has 9 lives, so hopefully you would be somewhere between that first and 9th. Hopefully you're not the 9th one, because if you're the 9th one, then you can forget it. You're gonna run over that cat, and that cat's gone.
Well, then I say this in full confession, but I did say, honey, blessings. When that cat jetted in front of me, I said blessings and extra blessings.
Very superstitious, Christie Taylor.
Extra blessings. Well, I claim extra blessings. Here it is, because now this gets into resolutions and superstitions in the new year. If something is quote unquote has any bearing of truth to it, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I believe I'm gonna go from Bishop J saying, I believe that now let me say this, and y'all pay attention to what I'm about to say. If you throw in salt, and if you doing whatever Big Mama Susie and others said to do and not do, and something happens in alignment with that, I believe it's because this is what I believe is the power of humanity, is that we give it the power, because that is what God innately gave to us. God, he did not say, oh, if you just believe good things, only good things will happen. If you believe anything, will happen.
As a man thinketh, and what's the salt one? What's the salt one? If you throw salt over your left shoulder or something, what is that one?
Girl, let me see what they said. Throwing salt. Well, now people saying throwing shade, but
no. But I'm talking about like physical salt. Though I think you're supposed to throw salt, or you're not supposed to throw salt. Something. What you find?
Okay. Let me say, so many people do it without understanding, but throwing salt over your shoulder is an old tradition. According to superstition, spilling salt is bad luck, but throwing a pinch over your shoulder reverses the bad luck. And it's typically shown over the left shoulder. So if you spill some salt, you're supposed to then throw some salt over your shoulder to reverse it.
Now, who's gonna get up all this salt? That's my question. Who's gonna pick this up?
Now
all this filth and pinch salt all over the place. Somebody got to clean that mess up.
Clean up on aisle 5. Clean up on aisle 5.
I'm telling you,
to that point, it's like, I think that going back to the truth now, in the whole thing of the new year, and of course now for those who are really into the Mayan calendars and how the Mayan calendar is. Yeah, the Mayan calendars, but we're actually on the Jordan calendar, and of course then there's a Chinese calendar. Whatever calendar we are following, where the new year actually falls at different dates, we are giving the new year power by believing that the calendar changing will usher in something new. We are collectively giving the calendar changing power.
I'm going to believe in the calendar with the red heifers on it.
Now, you all missed a couple of weeks ago. Tina saw on one of her, because she loves Discovery Channel, History Channel shows. She saw that based upon an Orthodox Jewish calendar, that if there is an arrival of some red heifers, and we ain't talk about, as she said, light-skinned people. We
talking about your light-skinned niece. No, I'm talking about cows. The real cows. They're called red heifers.
And if they were born with red hair, fur, or whatever that is, And it doesn't, I think after a year, turn into another color. It's considered a sacred cow that they have shipped over to Israel to care for it until they perform what is basically a old school sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Because see, they too, come on now, talk about superstition. That could be considered a superstition, like, oh, a heifer was born red. And we're not talking about your light-skinned niece, as Tina said. And if that cow doesn't, this female cow that doesn't have any blemishes, never had any children, meaning they didn't have, any male cows or whatever, and it's a holy cow,
right?
Then it stays unblemished and red and all like that. They too believe that it is a sign to them about something happening in the planet. So every person, but this is my truest belief. My truest belief is that when we believe a thing, we give it power, because that is really what God gave every human being on the planet, the power to believe a thing and make it so.
Ain't that something? Well, I'm online and I'm reading this. It says, according to Japanese superstition, sleeping with your head to the north is bad luck. But in Africa, sleeping with your head west is bad luck. And I'm just like, honey, child, I'm glad I ain't in neither one of y'all countries, because I don't know which way I sleep. All I know is I'm in Bartlett. That's all I know. If I can sleep, so I sleep my head towards Bartlett.
Okay, so my question is this: what if you're that type of person? And have you ever seen where they give sleeping diagrams of people who sleep, and they start one way at night, and by the end of the night, they're at the foot of the bed.
Oh, no.
How do you even control how you fall asleep in which direction?
I don't know. All I know is, like, my family can tell you, I'm so not good with north, south, east, west. I think they've told me numerous times that the sun sets here and that's west or whatever, then it goes here. And then when you drive, this is east. And when you go over here, this is west. I don't know nothing. I'm like, tell me a building. Okay, well, is there a building that you can give me
I'm going to give you something better than the building that can be torn down. I'm going to let you know, Tina Tilton, if you point toward the Mississippi River, that is west. If you point toward the state of Mississippi, that is south. If you point toward Nashville, that is east. And if you point toward Tipton County, where I'm from, that's north.
Where I'm normally situated, when I point to the left, that's Kirby Whitten. When I point to the right, there's Alturia. When I point straight, there's Stage Road. I don't know nothing else about your north, south, east, or west.
Well, point to the river. From your house right now, point toward the river, like you driving toward the river. That's west. California.
That's gonna be Fraser. If I point where I am, that's gonna be Fraser.
Okay, well then there you go. And if you point toward Millington, that is north.
Okay, Fraser is north. Okay.
Okay, and if you finna go to DeSoto or South Haven, Mississippi, that's south.
But how am I supposed to? I don't know nothing about that. Okay, well, I'll tell you one thing.
Wait a minute. Violation. Why am I violation? I'm trying to help her learn how to read the map. If you go toward the river, it's going west. toward Arkansas, California, to the Pacific Ocean.
And you're probably right. Okay, let me get into this next one now. This one I've heard before.
Wait. Go ahead.
It says in Turkey, an itchy right hand means that you'll come into some money, but an itchy left hand means you'll lose money. I have heard that. I think that's part of what I think United States have taken that from Turkey, because that is something I've heard. Oh, if your left hand itching, if your left hand is itching, you're going to lose some money. But if your right hand is itching, you're going to get some.
What about when your ear itch? See, when your ear itch, somebody talking about you good. If the right ear, they talking about you bad. See, some of y'all got allergies. Y'all eating shellfish, not supposed to be.
I don't know about
that. And peanut food that Tina's nutrition said you should no longer have in your diet. Gluten, and y'all, your body just said, I need a detox.
Yes, body itching.
That makes no sense. It isn't always applicable. the river, the Mississippi River will always be west of Memphis.
Oh Lord, you and Corey getting into the river.
Oh Lord, I'm not fool. Mississippi.
y'all, you two are reminding me of that. You two are reminding me of that fish that they were selling, that fish plaque that they were selling during Christmas about 12 years ago. And the fish said, "Take me to the river, put me in the water." Remember that? I forget that darn fish. It was so popular that year. It's almost like the clap on and that fish. They are gone. Past Christmas gifts. No more clap ons. Although I told Sam, my husband, I said, I think we need a clap on because I'm tired of getting up, turning the light out. We need a clap on.
You're officially at the age. He said, how are you to know which direction is the river? If you're in the city, I'm just speaking of Tina living in the city of Memphis, being able to know that when she goes down certain major streets that she's driving toward the Mississippi River or downtown. If you're driving to the downtown region of the city of Memphis, you are driving west. If you're driving to go to the Collierville or the Wolf Chase, you are driving east.
Maybe I'll just put a compass on my car and just figure it out. Like, oh, okay.
Come on. You need to come on, get your compass.
Yeah, give me a compass. Okay, I like that.
A great way to segue into our what you don't know about us. One of the things is that I, as a he said, let me be messy. Wait a minute, Corey. Let me be messy for a minute. Did y'all see the pic of Christie posted up on the Cape?
On the Cape? What Cape?
He's talking about my birthday / Christmas gifts from my sister. Last week I posted, and I think we chatted. Did we chat about?
We chatted about the cape.
Yes. The very nice cape that had me looking like one of the Clark sisters.
Matter
of fact, that's a good one. I'm looking for a miracle. Anyway, so needless to say, you're gonna be messy for a minute. Come on now, we go to Corey D. Garcia, ladies and gentlemen, and see what he got going on over there, and we'll talk about it next week. The Christmas tree. So, Tina, you want to go with one last superstition? Other than
no, you were talking about the getting to know you. So, if you're done, I'll get to my part, my getting to know you.
Okay, so I'm going to stay in the line of what y'all don't know about me when it does come to superstitions, things that I do believe. I have a superstition, or I have a belief or lean toward about incense and saging and my stone. Now, y'all know I love stones. That's nothing y'all don't know about me. But I really do believe that we should clear the air. Not only clean the air, because, putting incense and sage and stuff like that, it actually cleans and deodorizes the air. But I also believe it does have a spiritual essence to it when you actually do sage and things like that. And I believe it's based in the biblical times. If y'all study Hebrew,
I don't believe that sage tastes pretty darn good with dressing on my turkey. That's what I believe. So you could call that a superstition or whatever, but it sure is mighty tasty. But my getting to know you is, as I mentioned, the physical realm is pretty important for me right now. So I actually worked out for 30 minutes yesterday. That was a feat for me. Like, even to schedule and make time to do that was a task. But I'm pretty dedicated to getting that done. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm having fun with it right now. So that's my getting to know you. I worked out for 30 minutes. Because see, last week I complained when the man told me that I had to do 30 minutes. I said, no, the primary care physician told me 10 minutes. He said, no, you need to do 3 increments of 10 minutes if you're going to do anything, but you can't just do no 10 minutes. I said, Lord have mercy. You heard me, Dr. Cole. But I did it. We did it. We did it on the 1st. We did it on the 2nd. And I look forward to doing it again with my family today on the 3rd.
This is so beautiful. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, that you are being inspired with what we're sharing today, regardless if you're making a resolution, intention, or even if you have some superstition, that you will make this day this month and this entire year, a year that speaks to what your heart's desires are. So, and as I believe, God gave us all the power through our mind and our soul and our spirit to make a thing that we believe come to pass. So please believe the good.
You know what? And I'm glad you said that, because I was actually going to talk to you about, prior to going on this podcast, I said, Christy, I want to add a segment. I think I want to add something right at the end. I'm going to call it Word Up. So this is what I've been noticing. Oh yeah, Word Up. And I know we don't have the music. Maybe we'll have the music next week. But but I've been noticing just different things that are occurring in my life or in my family. And I just wanted to encourage the listeners on this. For example, today, yes, we are in a flash flood warning, severe thunderstorm warning situation in this eastern, where are we? Eastern, western part of Tennessee and some parts of Mississippi.
We're in the southwest region of the state of Tennessee.
Okay, that right there. That's where we are. But there's a flash flood, that's a flash flood warning and thunderstorm warning that we have out right now. And this morning when I walked my dog, it was raining literally. Okay, not literally cats and dogs. That's our superstitions. But it was raining very hard this morning. And I had my umbrella. I have this big umbrella that can house probably 3 adults and keep 3 adults dry. So I let my umbrella up, waiting for my dog to find her ideal spot in the backyard for her to take care of her business. But and she did find that spot. And when she found it, I put the umbrella over her so that she could stay dry. But you know what she did? She ran, because the rain from the umbrella was louder than the rain that she was hearing just from the clouds. She was afraid of the umbrella. And I said, wow, God, this is us. And I looked at it as, but I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to keep you dry. But she didn't see it as that. She saw it as danger and something to be fearful of. And she ran. And she ran right into the house. And I said, oh man, I can't do anything about this. But then a revelation came to me. It was like, Tina, this is what you all do. This is what my children do to me. I try to protect you. I give you guys promises. I give you laws. I give you everything. But sometimes you run. Run in fear. And it's my love for you, because of course I love my little dog. So of course I want to keep her dry and I want to keep her protected, but she's afraid of the protection. So I said all that to say, don't be afraid of God's protection. Don't be afraid of anything that he's trying to do or to give you, because it may be louder. It may be noisier than what you've heard, but it's still a form of protection. So that's right there. So I need you to get that word up in your spirit today. That's it. Word up. That's my word up right there. Get that word up in your spirit. Don't be afraid of God's protection.
I love it. The end. Hey, everybody, thank y'all so much for hanging out with the Taylor Tilton Show. And every Taylor Tilton Tuesday, we kick things off at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time right here. Yes, on Facebook, as well as on YouTube, with replays on your favorite podcast platform. Oh, yes, Corey, she spoke a word and your mom said amen. And of course, the Taylor Tilton Tuesday continues.
The doors of the church are open. Doors of the church are open.
All right now. Come on now.
Yeah.
And
it's that cash out. It's that $sign Tina Tilton Prod. No, I'm teasing.
That's right. Cash out regular girl. And in the ways to support the Taylor Tilton Show and the Taylor Tilton Hour, in addition to hanging out with us every Tuesday here from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for the podcast, you can also support our television shows inside the Taylor Tilton Hour. Kicking off at 10 a.m., it is the Christie Taylor Show, and I do talk to amazing people from all over the country and around the world. And Tina Tilton's The Blend, that is where the legends live. And I think that it would be so good as we come to the end of the show that we give our sincere love and condolences to the family of Gangsta Boo. And Tina, I'm going to let you wrap things up with that, and then we want you all to just follow us and check out our television shows. So in regards to Gangsta Boo,
You know what? I really don't know a whole lot of information about it, and I want to be specific and accurate with the information. So I'm actually kind of giving the family time to still gather their minds around what has happened before I contact them. So again, I really wanted to hear from her family because she was a dear acquaintance of mine. I actually did interview her earlier last year, around May or April of March or April of last year, for her marriage boot camp show that was on television. And even at that time, I was like, man, girl, we gotta hook up, because I was supposed to go see her at Memphis in May, but I didn't know she was actually here. She forgot to call me and tell me that she was here in Memphis for May. So I missed her, and I missed that opportunity to hang out with her. But we grew up, and we had that whole, during Hot 107, that's when 3-6 Mafia and everybody started to grow up together. So that's kind of how we have that connection, and we remember one another. But I can tell you, she was a really good spirited young lady. She was a really good. She was a good lady. I mean, do we all have our flaws? Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. But in the essence of who Lola Mitchell was, a very good lady and a very good spirit. And I know she was a believer. So right now she is at the right hand of Jesus, period.
Amen. Amen.
Not a
So love and
superstition.
light.
Yep.
Not a superstition. That is not a superstition. That is our faith. That
Yep.
is our belief. And to that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say once again, thank you all so much for hanging out with us here on the first Taylor Tilton Tuesday of 2023. You have an opportunity now to check out our television shows on Comcast Channel 31 in Memphis, and also throughout the Comcast Southeast, from here to Atlanta, to Charleston, to Nashville, to Little Rock, Jackson, Mississippi. All you got to do to learn more is go to TaylorTilton.com. Go to TaylorTilton.com. We love you all. Have a safe, wonderful 2023.